Hey guys, this is Evan. This is a video walkthrough of my observer design pattern using Python. So in the observer pattern, you have a series of objects which will get notified or updated with some information uh, regarding some properties. So you'll have like a central subject and all the observers are watching the subject. Um, so we have a subject class, and then we have our observers, which are going to be the menu item and the button item here, which both inherit from this canvas items class, which will contain the add to subject list and the remove to subject list. This is kind of just an example showing how inheritance is used to make code a bit tighter, but I wouldn't pay too much attention to this. Just know that we have these two objects, these two classes that are going to be objects that will uh, will be registering and deleting themselves from a subject, and will be in charge of calling the subject. So these another method that these two classes are going to have is this update method, and when these objects run the update method, they are going to be receiving updates of what their properties are now going to be from the observer. I believe actually this update, yeah, it's run from the subject. So it's whenever these properties get updated, it runs this notify observers method, which then iterates through the list of observers and then runs their update property using the new properties of the subject. So let's walk through the dunder init section. So what's going on here is that this is really what's executing. This class gets instantiated. When it does, it runs this dunder init. This dunder init begins by instantiating a properties object. So in object-oriented programming, sometimes you'll encapsulate your properties that you're passing. Instead of just a bunch of values, you just tie it into an object. So it looks like that's what I did here. The subject props is this class. It's a small class. It's just got XYZ as its properties. And then I pass that to the subject class to instantiate a subject object. And this is going to contain the observer list, the properties. Here's where the subject properties get attached, loaded into the subject object. And then here I'm instantiating the menu item and the button item, which are these two class definitions here. Then from M1, I am registering it to the subject. So you can write this different ways, but I think the advantage of this is that you can control it, you can run everything really when it comes to registering and deleting from the actual um, observers. Like the observers have the power to remove themselves or attach themselves to the subject and to be able to watch it. Then here's an example of me setting properties. So this is just straight up running this method here, and what this is doing is it's setting the properties and it's notifying the observers, which is basically I've set this up so that way it automatically updates the observers whenever the properties are reset. Um, and I have it printing, I believe, here too when it does that. Let me see. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. Okay. Then then I demonstrate my M1 object removing itself from the subjects list. Then again another example of setting the properties, and then finally that's it. So what's cool about this is that you can kind of orchestrate your system to be able to tap into a subject and let them all share this state. That's pretty useful. I think especially in model view controller when you're watching your model, what you can do is you can have your model be set up to be like a subject, and then your observers are going to be your view and your controller. So there you have it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.